This recording will address objectives and terminology for FCS05, rules and responsibilities of paraprofessional. We'll also define confidentiality and privacy and security. We'll talk about roles and responsibilities, and then I'll provide you with some resources for paras. So the learning targets or the learning objectives for this FCS are as follows. Review the expectations from Code of Professional Conduct as required in WAC 180-187. And that is the video that you are going to see in Module 2. We're going to review district policies and procedures for professional conduct. Be able to locate and access school policies and procedures. And this one mirrors FCS09, emergency health and safety, in that you are going to need to find the policies and procedures for your school district. And again, I'll build that into a quiz question where you locate your policies and procedures and upload either a link or a screenshot or somehow indicate that you found policies and procedures for your district. Another learning target here is to identify who has access to a student's confidential information. And we'll take a look at a couple of quick videos, one on HIPAA and another one on FERPA. And those are two pieces of legislation that protect the privacy of student information. Another one that's common and commonly referred to is IDEA, and that's the legislation that governs special education. Confidentiality and privacy are also assured in that piece of legislation too. And be able to define what confidentiality is and the legal basis for it. So that'd be HIPAA, FERPA, and IDEA. Describe ways for practicing and maintaining appropriate confidentiality. So we'll go through a set of scenarios and we'll pick an answer that matches what paraprofessionals should do in a certain situation. What are the roles and the responsibilities in the job description? What are the duties of a para in different environments like special ed or ELL? What is the distinction between the roles and responsibilities of paraeducators, of teachers, and administrative staff members? And then what does it mean to be under the direct supervision of a certificated employee? And that's going to look different depending on where you are. But the next slide I'm going to show you has some terminology that I wanted to go over with you. So the first term on here is WAC, Washington Administrative Code. And like I said in the previous video, WACs define the legal aspects of education in Washington state. There's our vocabulary word, remuneration, money paid for work or service, then confidentiality. So the thing I can tell you about confidentiality is it belongs to the person who might tell. Confidentiality belongs to the person who might tell. So confidentiality is the obligation to not disclose or transmit information to other people. Confidentiality is on the person who might tell that information. Privacy, on the other hand, and that's our next term on this slide, belongs to the person, conversely, whose information it is. Protecting privacy means ensuring information about somebody is not disclosed. And then security are the procedures and measures by which that information is kept private and confidential. So confidentiality belongs to the teller, privacy belongs to the person whose information it is, and security is how to keep it safe. And like I said, we're going to see a video on FERPA. I'm not going to spend a lot more time on that or IDEA right now. All right. So the first thing that I would like you to do for this section is to, in your own words, define a paraprofessional. What is a para? What do they do? How does that look? Try to make it into a concise statement, and I've provided a sentence stem here. A paraprofessional is blank. So I'd like you to think about that, maybe write it down, um, and we'll come and do another section pretty soon. So um, that's your work for this section, and stay tuned for more on roles and responsibilities.